We hold this moment in its perfection. The present embraces the past and future, hugs unimaginable possibility and uncertainty with tenacity and grace. And for a time, we sigh in relief. We made it. All is well. And joy moves through us, years of cultivating mind and heart. Confidence and resilience have come to fruition as we celebrate with awe and wonder the gift of this time, the gift of the last 4 years, which graduates in this beautiful, painful, unjust, yet hopeful world you have navigated with courage and integrity. And so we pause this morning and give thanks to and with all that we hold as sacred for bringing us here. All is well. So be it. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning. I am Mike Edmonds, and I have the honor as serving as Colorado College's acting co-president alongside Robert Moore. I want to begin by honoring the land we stand on, which is the home of the Ute First Peoples of Colorado. We sit and stand at the base of Pikes Peak, which the Ute named Tava or Sun Mountain. As we gather to celebrate today, we honor First Peoples everywhere. On behalf of our dedicated faculty, staff, and trustees, welcome to CC's 147th commencement ceremony. Oh my God, OMG, you're here, I'm here, your family is here, we made it, oh my God. Welcome to our guests, family, and friends of our graduates. We're so happy to have you join us to celebrate this milestone. Our graduates would not be here without you. Class of 2021, I'm thankful for you, and we are honored to recognize you today, together for the first time in what seems like forever. This is a special time of joy. This year, your class decided upon a quote from Malcolm X to be your motto: stumbling is not falling. This reminded me of another quote from the contemporary American philosopher Tupac. Should I just stop trying and give up? But then that's exactly what they're waiting for me to do. No matter what you choose in life, there will be times when you will stumble or fall, but this is part of the path. When the next challenge comes, remember your strength, remember your resiliency, remember the many people in your life who are there to lend a helping hand if you stumble. Congratulations, class of 2021. I now would like to invite Robert Moore, co-acting president, to introduce our speaker.
Thank you, President Edmonds. It's my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker for the class of 2021, the 13th president of Colorado College and chief executive officer of the National Geographic Society, Dr. Jill Tiefenthaler. I had the honor of working under Dr. Tiefenthaler's leadership during her 9-year tenure at Colorado College. She truly transformed our campus, elevating the role of the arts through the alliance with the Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College, championing equity through CC's most ambitious fundraising campaign to date and through admission access initiatives, realizing our commitment to sustainability by achieving net carbon neutrality, and strengthening our community through an external review of racism and an anti-racism implementation plan. Prior to her tenure as president, she was a professor at Colgate University and went on to serve as provost at Wake Forest University before joining CC in 2011. A leading expert on the economics of higher education, Dr. Tiefenthaler has spoken across the nation and internationally about the challenges facing higher ed today. While we were sad to wish her farewell last year, we're proud to see Dr. Tiefenthaler leading the National Geographic Society as Chief Executive Officer. In this role, Tiefenthaler brings her creativity, community leadership, and strategic planning to deliver on National Geographic's mission of illuminating and protecting the wonder of the world. From that role, she's brought a copy of the most recent National Geographic issue for each graduate. Graduates, you'll receive your copy as you leave the stage. We're grateful for the opportunity to welcome President Tiefenthaler back to campus to address the class of 2021. Please join me in welcoming Colorado College's 13th President and CEO of the National Geographic Society, Jill Tiefenthaler.
Good morning. Thank you, President Edmonds, President Moore, Provost Garcia, distinguished faculty, staff, parents, students, friends, and most importantly, the Colorado College class of 2021. This is truly a wonderful homecoming. I'm thrilled to be part of your commencement, and in person no less. We are all together in a crowd of more than 10 people. I stood before CC graduates at the college's last commencement back in 2019. I remember sitting in my chair, listening to Oprah give her speech, and I was thinking, I feel really sorry for the poor soul who has to follow Oprah as commencement speaker. Thank you for the invitation. But seriously, it is such an honor to be here with the class of 2021 because you're very near and dear to my heart. I was here for much of your Colorado College journey. I welcomed you and your parents and families in Shove Chapel in the fall of 2017, and I watched your impact up close for your first 3 years, and then from a distance this last year. I know your class well, and I'm fortunate to know many of you personally. I heard your stories, I watched you pursue your passions, I admired your accomplishments, and of course, my wonderful daughter Olivia is a member of the class of 2021. When I was invited to give this speech, I asked Olivia if that would be okay with her, and she said yes, but there were 2 conditions. It must be funny and short. Liv, I don't know about funny, but I will definitely be brief. It's been an amazing thing to be a part of her Colorado College experience and that of her roommates and friends. When I was president here, parents often told me that they thought one of the very best things about Colorado College was their kids' friends. I share that sentiment, and I'm so grateful that I got to experience it firsthand. It's why I loved leading Colorado College, the students, watching talented young people at the most transformative period of their lives. So it was incredibly bittersweet when I received a call last year to consider a new opportunity at the National Geographic Society. They were looking for a new leader, and my immediate thought was, I'm not a scientist, and I'm an academic. But I kept thinking, it's National Geographic. I have to step outside my comfort zone. I have to explore this. For 133 years, the National Geographic Society has been grounded in values that I share, a commitment to mission, boldness, innovation, and dedication to advancing meaningful change. Back in 1888, 33 scientific leaders, cartographers, geographers, naturalists, gathered a few blocks from the White House to establish this organization dedicated to dauntless exploration and making the world better. Throughout our history, we drove positive change by funding some of the coolest explorers of the time, like Jacques Cousteau, Jane Goodall, and Bob Ballard. Today, we deliver on our mission to illuminate and protect the wonder of the world by supporting hundreds of equally amazing explorers across all 7 continents, like Sri Lankan marine biologist Asha Devas and Kenyan wildlife conservationist Paula Kahumbu. A great example of our impact is our Pristine Seas project, led by explorer Enrique Sala. Over the past 12 years, Pristine Seas has helped create 23 marine reserves, from the giant kelp forests of Cape Horn to the humpback whale nurseries of Gabon. Altogether, they cover more than 2.3 million square miles, which is more than twice the size of India. Our curious explorers forge into the unknown, sometimes at great risk, to protect and learn about the world. This sentiment resonates deeply with me, and more than ever this past year. The global pandemic forced us all into the unknown in ways we never imagined. And like those Nat Geo explorers, from our difficult and sometimes frightening journey, we gain valuable insights that enrich our lives. I want to talk a little bit about what we learned today. First, the most important lesson, we found out that when people get scared, they buy lots of toilet paper. Sorry, Liv, I tried. But seriously though, over the past year, one thing I thought about time and time again was all the little things I missed so much that I took for granted. Reuniting with my siblings over bar food, beers, and college basketball, sharing a smile with a stranger, hugging my parents. Before the pandemic, we enjoyed these moments without always appreciating them. I'm determined to never again take those beers, smiles, and hugs for granted. And in thinking about all we missed, we were more appreciative of what we had. I'll never forget a conversation with one of you, a roommate of Olivia's, that brought this into focus for me. It was last fall, and I was thinking about it being your senior year, which should be this amazing time, and all the pandemic took from you. Internships were canceled. You missed out on many block breaks. The Block 1 senior party calendar, yes, we do know about that. Spring break, the last in-person class with your favorite professor. I said to this young man, "This is the worst, isn't it?" And he replied, "Yeah, but I feel so lucky. I'm fortunate. I'm healthy. My family's healthy. My parents have their jobs. Yeah, I'm missing out on a fun senior year, but so many others have lost so much more." His words underscored what your class experienced this year. You faced such loss, but you shouldered it with grace, perspective, and fortitude. You learned the importance of appreciating what you have and not taking anything for granted. And I know all of us here, the faculty, the administration, your parents and families are so proud of how you handled this enormously challenging time. Throughout the pandemic, we experienced a lot of loneliness, and it hurt even more than we thought. But we also discovered that solitude can reveal new pieces of ourselves. Over the last year, we spent a lot more time with ourselves and kind of liked what we found. I know some of you discovered that you love to paint, knit, or play the banjo. You enjoyed the simple pleasures of baking bread, decorating cakes, rolling sushi, or building a campfire. You made masks, face shields, and mittens. You faced what seemed like endless hours alone, and you filled them with passion projects. And they're not just hobbies to fill their time. We learned that creating things with our hands is grounding. It gives us purpose and comfort. Another great lesson of the pandemic, we're much healthier as individuals and society if we give ourselves and each other a break. Just as it seemed that we were doubling down on a gotcha culture, making people pay for little mistakes and so fearful to make even a small one ourselves, the pandemic wore us down and we gave up on the pretense of perfection. I guess we had no choice. We were dependent on technology and it often failed us. The Wi-Fi went out, the sound quality wasn't great. And what about those unexpected moments, like when your roommate or pet made a surprise appearance in your thesis presentation on Zoom? All those things that we would have worried about, we learned to let go, to no longer sweat. In a strange way, living in a socially distant world brought us into each other's real lives, and we practiced empathy and compassion. We gave each other and ourselves a pass, realizing that there's more substance in authenticity than in perfection. Over the past year, in its aching absence, we also better understood the power of human connection. While technology kept the world moving during the pandemic, it didn't comfort us, inspire us, or energize us. I'm sure those Zoom classes didn't compare to being in Palmer surrounded by your classmates and teacher, just as none of my thousands of Zoom meetings came close to replacing have a team brainstorming together with a whiteboard and a few markers. We learned the hard way how much we need and want to be with each other. Those personal connections are the essence of life. So as we come out of the pandemic, let's be present. There are a lot of distractions out there, but let's tune them out, listen, learn, and connect. Let's set aside all those devices we became even more reliant on this past year and enjoy the people right in front of us. Finally, if exploring the unknown has taught us anything, it's that we need to be comfortable with ambiguity and change. For all the plans we had, countless were dashed. In the past year, I think we had to move back Nat Geo's return to work 5 different times. We wanted stability more than ever, and there was little to be found. We wanted answers to questions that no one could give us. When can we travel? Will we have a graduation? Will my job be in person or remote? When can we ditch the masks? We learned to be adaptable and nimble in the past year, and this ability will be a critical strength going forward. Because life is not a straight line, it's a circuitous path. And that more change is coming is the one thing we can be sure about. While it's important to plan, it's just as important to be able to thoughtfully pivot when life presents you with its plans. The global pandemic forced us into the unknown, and we often felt like we were stumbling around in the dark, trying to find our bearings. But during this time of great uncertainty, we did what we do best at Colorado College. We learned. We took it upon ourselves to look inward and embrace meaningful, life-altering lessons. We'll appreciate the little things of what we have. We'll find time for solitude, and we'll keep making things. We'll give each other's and others a break. We'll be present. We'll be more comfortable with ambiguity and change. And we will hug and smile a lot. So what's next? We're coming out of this enormously difficult time, and we're looking around the world, and it's very different. We're never going back to the way things were. We all know about this new normal. But the shift means something really profound. We get to help create the new normal. And you, the class of 2021, have an incredible opportunity to see the world in new ways and to shape your future. Let's take the lessons we've learned as our lantern and boldly step into the unknown once more, but with confidence, courage, and conviction. Everything is on the table. It's time to explore. So get out there. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Professor Kathy Giffray from the Sociology Department. Dr. Jill Tiefenthaler joined Colorado College in 2011 as our 13th president. She began her career here with a year of listening, a year to hear the voices of students, faculty, and staff. But the year of listening turned into almost a decade of listening as Dr. Tiefenthaler made herself constantly available to our community, especially our students, teaching classes, for example, as often as her jam-packed schedule would allow. One of the most important moments of Dr. Tiefenthaler's listening came when she listened to concerns regarding issues of racism at CC. Dr. Tiefenthaler not only heard, but also acted, beginning our anti-racism initiative as a concrete way to address the challenges our community faces with regard to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Dr. Tiefenthaler listened to the members of the CC community and said, "We can do better." That vision of Colorado College was the hallmark of her tenure here. Dr. Tiefenthaler left CC in 2020, but today we are very happy to welcome her back. Mr. Co-Presidents, I present Dr. Jill Tiefenthaler for the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa.
By action of a committee of faculty and trustees, and by virtue of the authority invested in us, we confer upon you, Dr. Jill Tiefenthaler, the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa, and admit you to all rights and responsibilities pertaining to this degree. As a token of this honor, we ask that you be vested with the hood appropriate to the degree, and we present you with this diploma.
Natalie Gentile.
Not yet. We would also like to acknowledge and recognize our distinguished slate of honorary degree recipients. And they are Gloria Ladson Billings, Catherine Hahe Liu, Margaret Elise Myers, class of 72, Tinker, and Scott Yu. Please stand so you can be honored.
At commencement, we not only celebrate our graduates, but also the contributions of our faculty. This year, 8 faculty members are retiring and have been granted emeritus status by the Board of Trustees in recognition of their dedicated service to Colorado College. Congratulations and much gratitude to Marlo Anderson, Mathematics and Computer Science, 39 years of service. Stephanie DeCenzio, Physics, 21 years of service. Ralph Garcia Bertrand, Molecular Biology, 30 years of service. Tom Lindblade, Theater and Dance, 32 years of service. Mario Montano, Anthropology, 31 years of service. Barry Sarche, English, 32 years of service. Mark Snyder, Organismal Biology and Ecology, 25 years of service. If any of them are present here today, would they please stand? We thank them for their service. Colorado College awards the Master of Arts in Teaching to graduates who are becoming elementary or secondary teachers in the licensure program, and to those becoming literary specialists, providing therapy-level reading intervention for children with dyslexia. We also have graduates who completed the Experienced Teacher Program with concentrations in Southwest Studies and Liberal Arts. Colorado College is proud of its long-standing commitment to preparing teachers and providing advanced education for teachers in our community. And we are proud of these teacher scholars who will serve as leaders in K-12 education. To our graduating MAT students, on behalf of the college and faculty, we offer congratulations and support for your important work.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Teaching please stand? Mr. Co-Presidents, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching.
By action of the faculty, the Board of Trustees conferring, and by virtue of the authority vested in us, we confer upon you the degree Master of Arts in Teaching and admit you to all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to this degree. As a token of your accomplishments, we present your diploma and ask that you be vested with the hood appropriate to your degree.
Will the candidates please present themselves to receive their diplomas?
handshakes. I have to put them before they take a picture with y'all. Okay. So we have a little bit of delay with the first graduation.
All right, is the machine working? We're gonna find out.
Daniel Mason Allen. Consuelo Barton.
Gina Clark. Danielle Colette.
That's not Danielle. That's okay. That's not her. She's waiting for her name.
Technology. Hit the technology. Hit the button.
This is a mess, y'all.
Mona Megumi Cosino.
That's not her either. Because they didn't show. That's the 2020 list. Those are last year's graduates.
Cassidy Fahey.
That's the wrong class.
They're in the wrong class.
Y'all are the wrong class.
Sorry, Cassidy. Face
I
audience.
got it right there.
Natalie Gentile.
That's correct.
Right class.
Now we're in the right class. Be careful, Ladybug. Face the audience. Take your mask down. Next.
James Gregg.
Okay, face the audience.
There you go, James. Congratulations.
Did you believe her name?
Jubilee Natalie Storm Hernandez.
Alright, face the audience. Take your mask down. It's in between your legs. Yes, indeed.
Cam Kaplan. Olivia Dawn Martinez. Connor Patrick Garrett Nolan. Monica Peeler.
Those who are to receive the degree Master of Arts in Teaching in absentia are listed in the commencement program. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please stand? Mr. Co-Presidents, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts. Those who are to receive the degree Bachelor of Arts in absentia will have a slide appear on the screen, and they will also be listed in the commencement program.
By action of the faculty, the Board of Trustees concurring, and by virtue of the authority vested in us, we confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts and admit you to all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to the degree. As a token of your accomplishments, we present your diploma.
Will the candidates please present themselves to receive their diplomas?
Elliot Mitzi Williams.
Take your mask down.
Kayla Ray Ablau. Wynn J. Abrahamson. Blaze Baruch Alder Ivanbrook. Belina Carla Aguinaga. Alessandra Hannah Ullman. Daniel Mason Allen. Thad Edward Rosadowski Allen. Mia Michelle Altenau. Martina Alvarez. Katerina Victoria Antal. Kon Aoki. Isabel Marie Aragon Menzel. Miroslava Araujo. Samuel Arcano. Daniel Robert Archibald.
Elias Asher.
Charlotte Elizabeth Atkins. Laura Marie Eyre. Mary Patricia Bach. Leah Tamar Barazani. Emily Jane Barga. Narissa A. Barling. Karsten E. Barney.
Tiani Bay.
You guys are supposed to be keeping your order. I don't know where you guys are at.
Emily Jane. Narissa A. Barling. Cole Rayner Bashford. Adriana Beatrice Bauman.
Barrett, you guys missed Barrett. Chelsea Barrett. Okay, you need to help her cross-reference and check, make sure. Okay, are you guys ready for Chelsea Barrett? So no, she hasn't walked. Cross. Read it.
Chelsea Brianna Barrett.
Julia Bazavluk. Jennifer Ashley Begay. Jacob Lawrence Belgrad.
Who has the radio? Here.
Avery E. Bell. Dara Lynn Bellinson. Isaac James Belonja.
Zachariah Romero Benevento Zahner.
Jessica Rose Berger. Zivia Jordan Berkowitz. Zachary Michael Berzola. Eli Binder. Finley Peter Bingham. Magali Alicia Perez Blastel. Cameron Harris Block. Nathaniel Warner Blower. Bradley Bolag Miller. Charles Palmer Bondurant. Viridiana Bonilla Ortega. Sierra Michaelia Bowen. Samuel James Bauer. Ada Catherine Chemelniak Bowles. Claire Shaw Brandhorst.
Benjamin Thomas Brandt.
Andrew Jacob Braswell. Grace Elizabeth Brooks. Miriam Loughborough Brown. Hannah Lily Buckband. Rory Powers Buck. Sydney Ann Burkhart. Bailey Rose Burrows.
John Bush Joseph.
Anis Butar Miller. Sam Stockwell Cadigan. Kyle B. Cadwalder. Christine Calger. Stuart Lawrence Callanan. Esteban Nemasio Martinez Candelaria. Gracian Cowell. John Byron Capers. Emma Sage Cardin. Craig Carey. Emily Christine Carlson. Kevin Keone Caruana. Baker Wilson Casagrande. Sabian T. Chalmers. Serena Ria Franco Chalmers. Julia Claire Chase. Yuju Chung. Yaji Chen.
Augustus Childress.
Gerald Michael Ray James Cockerham. Natalie Grace Coleo. Benjamin H. Cole. Nick Lane Chaplesky. Linny Marie Cole. Armstead Peyton Coley. Maya Olivia Coleman. Holly Tianfei Conyers Tucker. Troy Joseph Conzo. Hunter Ashby Cooper. Daniel Joseph Corrigan. Victoria Krista Cusanello. Katie Michelle Damas. Dakota S. D'Amato. Samuel Demore. Genevieve Celine Davis. Augustus Day. Kyler Dattatray Deshpande.
Elizabeth Claire Desmarais.
Nell Barrett Dickey. Julia Catherine Dietz.
Henry Maxwell Fisher is not here. Henry Maxwell Fisher.
Chloe Althea Dillon. Kobe Aiden Dodelson. Samuel Underwood Doggett. Alexandra Forbes Donahue. Ruoshin Dong. Mia Charlotte Doris. Julian Wells Douglas. Lindsay Whitman Downey. Andre Moreno Dufresne.
Oliver Ian Dunn.
Rory Elan Eastland Fruit. Andrew Morey Eds. Martrice Lene Ellis. Sky Morgan Ellison. Emily Rose Erickson. Sulin O. Abigail Ezel. Anna Moss Feldman. Julia Belzer Fennel. Arvin Fieldman, Riley Kincaid Figueroa, Henry Maxwell Fisher, Matthew Joseph Fitzgibbon, Tyrion Fixico, Ariella Kamalani Flagg,
Jonathan Palmer Flockney,
McKay Hamilton Flanagan, Griffin Tyson Fleischacker, Claire Elizabeth Flint Anderson, Isabella Marion Flores, Evan Anthony Foster,
William Beardsley Foster,
David Cheyenne Fauladi, Charles Winston Fox, Nathaniel Frank White, Amanda Franks, Allie Renee Freeberg,
Cara Drew Friedman,
Brianna Peyton Fuentes, Bridget Hannah Galati, Camilla Ann Gardner,
Monique Angela Gaspar,
Aiden Sebastian Gates, Fisher Hall Gates.
Okay, update.
John Anthony Gates.
As soon as they're done with the picture and they turn, next slide. Yep, a little faster.
Benjamin James Gelderloos.
Next slide.
Mackenzie Genevieve Gertz. Malcolm Bernard Giewers. Christopher John Geary.
Anna Elise Gilbertson.
Oscar Leonard Glassman. Bo Christian Charles Gold. Yumiko Gabriela Gonzalez Rios. Charlie Brandon Dreyfus Good. Nicolette Annabella Gordillo La Riviere. Ariel Carly Gordon. Michael Fitzhugh Gorman. Malcolm Pierre Gusset. Francesca Grace Grandonico. Abigail Dreyer Gray.
Alice Georgia Grelier. Isley Tennessee Minato Griffith.
Lex Myra Griggs. Sean Patrick Grogan. Jackson Mills Groner. Annalise Grace Groves. Cole Ernest Grubb. Cage Frederick Gunther.
Sky Molly Gwindon.
Jai Guo. Francine Guo. Deming Lee Haynes. Sarah Sif Alyssa Hanahan. Chong Han. Jackie Ann Hand. Catherine Ling Hands. Ethan Wayne Hansen. Annabelle Christine Hardin. Damon Robert Hardwick. Elliot Sebastian Hardwick. Sally Ann Hatfield. Taylor Shanice Hawkins. Jessica Marie Hebert. Lauren Elise Hecht. Sally Hederman. Jacob Heiser. Harrison Brooks Helm. Isabel Knight Hensley. Zachary C. Herman.
Leonardo Hernandez Flores.
Fiona Kathleen Krayer Herzig. Emma Grace Hewlin. J. Patrick Hickey. Anna Marion Hill. Evan Jeremy Hirschhorn. Nathaniel John Hockman. Miriam Sonia Holeb. Shoshana Michaela Holt Auslander. Minerva Ho. Jonathan Frederick Hopkins. Mingxi Hu. Olivia Taylor Humphreys. Samuel Wong Hum. Minnie Hutchins. William Martin Hutchison. Miles Ernest Ermer. Sam Marguerite Jameson. Spencer Montgomery Janney. Mary Secret Jones. Jojo Jiang. Wesley Hope Joseph. Natalia Lisa Giuliano. Judith Stokes Kanzari. Samuel Lawrence Kaplan. Taryn Karimbucks. Edmund Mayer Carmin. Hannah Ann Cates. Jonathan Archibald Kaufman. Ava Marjan Kazimi. Margot Fraser Keeble. Imali Ayla Megan Kegode. Victor Attila Kellerman. Caroline Elizabeth Kelleher. Caroline Wilson Keller. Lauren Elizabeth Keller. Eloise H. Kelly. Timothy John Kirisi. Parker Mateo Kurth. Georgia Kendall Ketchum. Benjamin Jackson Kagani. Anusha Kanal. Anastasia Karitonova. Anna Cecilia Kilgore. Faith Sunmi Kim.
Lauren Elizabeth Keller.
Hannah Kipp is next. Hannah Kipp.
Hannah Lake Kipp. Claire Margaret Kite. Courtney Margaret Nur. Margaret Isabel Knight.
Soren Alaric Kodak.
Milan Kordestani. Ali Samantha Kreitman. Rachel Lynn Krutz. Maya Anwin Kubasek.
Alyssa Rose Kuhn.
Harrison Glenn Lake. Annabelle Chi Kwan Lam. Nick Lane Chaplesky. Sydney Margaret Lane.
Joseph Preston Larrabee.
McLean Stewart Learned. Ariel Lauer. Isabel Leadbeater. Luke Wilson Leisure.
Sophie Jo LeBeau. Jeremy Lawrence Huntsman LeManager.
Nicole J. Leung.
Anna Marie Lewis.
Wilson Dingyuan Liang. Evan Lawrence Liddy. Olivia Liu. Zui Liu. Sarah Elizabeth Lloyd. Emma K. Locke. Rachel Christine Levy.
Julian Alfonso Lopez.
Julie Malana Lopez. Ellen Hugh Y. Laux. Kira Luzon Heisler. Shalise M. Lavelle. Molly Orkand Lovett.
Jesse Lowe.
Haley Callison Lowenstein. Guang Jen Loy. Harrison Lucas. Leighton Perry Lum. Thomas Patrick Lutz. Paul Min Lu Van Lang. Matthew Daniel Lusencourt. Thomas Vincent Lynch. Nicole Denisovna Lubenko. Lucy Lois McCowan. Madison Nicole Mahaffey. Molly Colleen Meyer. Patrick William Mallory. Jason Paul Eugene Manning. Melissa Alexandra Manuel. Anna Lillian Marcus. Layla Elise Marshall. Miles Bennett Marshall. Alejandro Jose Martinez Berrios. Elena Martinez Vivon. Walker Vincent Martin. Wyatt James Mason. John Michael McCann. Josephine May McCauley. Michaela Rose McDevitt. Margaret Williams McDonnell. Donald Morris McKenna. Ryan Aurora McLaughlin. Isabella Starr McMullen. Gia I. May. Funbi Meng. Ellie Samuel Merenstein. Jack Sutherland Michaelis. Jennifer Lee Middleton. Honor Jeremiah Miles. Justine Olivia Miller. Morrow Buck Miller. Owen Ralston Miller. Emily Sophia Miner. Carlton Davis Mulder. Jose Roberto Monje Castro. Cameron Timothy Mungovin, Miles O'Neill Montgomery,
Hope Chapin Moody,
Max Kraft Moog, Allison Riva Moon, Dervila Anne Antoinette Moore Frederick, Sofia Leila Moreira Infante,
Wyatt Morrison,
Milan Modri, Michael Schilling Mueller, Diana C. Munoz, Cecilia Namuli Mawika, Grace Falk Nettleman, Eliza Nyman Golden,
Monica Helen Nelson,
Leah Rose Newman, Kiri Elise Newby,
Ashley Newman,
Madeline Dara Ing, Jane Mitchell Nicholson, Alexandra Nickerson, Douglas Matthew Norberg, Austin Fielding Norris,
Jonathan Norwine,
Marta Novodka, Thomas Richard Nugent, Noah Maxwell Dupre Nunnally, Cedar Pilar O'Dowd, Maeve Lees O'Mara, Ryan Scott O'Meara, Patrick James Offner, Inez Cassandra Olivas, Emma Kate Olson, Samuel Nils Olson,
Catherine Liani Kyoko Omizo.
Case Elliott Osborne.
William Gerard Ogier.
Jeran Osbilin. Tronic Michelle Palas. Grace Isabella Pantalone. William Francis Pasley. Mitchell W. Pearsall. Matan Avraham Pierre. Caitlin E. Pell. Hannah M. Pennison. Nicholas C. Penzel. Logan James Pepperell.
Elizabeth Cheney Perry.
Thomas Warner Perry. Caroline Grace Peters. Mira J. Peterson. Olivia Amore Petipas. Samuel J. Pfeiffer. Helen Isabel Pfeiffer. Barry Key Phillips. India Bear Gontram Phillips. Clayton Curtis Pierce. Christopher James Pleasance. Libby Sarah Pohl. Maisie Lee Poland. Sydney McIntyre Powell. B.B. Powers McCormick. Alexia Rose Preston. Alisa Prieto Saavedra. Riley Ann Prilwitz. Selena Chomgyu Prinze Medal.
Aidan Pryor.
Kai-Jen Chow.
Ainsley Noel Queen.
Emily Grace Rafidi. Olivia Margaret Rask. Amy Lee Raymond.
Case Regan.
Anna Lee Renkert.
William Edward Rior.
Liam Reynolds. Danielle Joelle Richardson. Lee Rivers. Ian Michael Robertson. Charles Warner Robinson. Maitland Kip Robinson. Andrew Wilson Rodden. Peyton Louise Repke. Heather Paris Rolfe. Jacob Jaron Rochelle. Henry Alexander Rose. Margot Elizabeth Rose. Claire Audrey Rosenberg. Ilana Sarah Rosenberg. John Ross. Tess Caroline Rubin. Jonathan Sloan Rule. Claire Elizabeth Ryan. Abdul Sabur. Pranav Sai. Lily Michelle Salzman.
Matthew Saraceno.
Saria Sato Bajracharya. Sky Schultz. Peter Flynn Schmidt. Maxwell Liam Schubert. John Thomas Schuler. Nicholas Oliver Schulken. Olivia Grace Moan Schultz. Charlotte Elizabeth Schwabel.
Ian Oliver Schilling.
Molly Lawrence Seaman. Lilith Miriam Shapiro. Sasha Shapiro, Ankita Sharma, Sriya A. Sharma, Jessie Lenora Sheldon, Stefano Shen, Robert Thruston Thayer Shepard, Carissa Adora Sherman, Hyunsu Shin, Remy Shore, Jessica Danielle Strammel, Benjamin Prinz Shumlin, Jackson Daniel Silverstein, Matthew Joseph Simons, Saluja Siwakoti, Emma Lynn Smith, Isabel Kennedy Smith, Sarah K. Smith, Kat Virginia Snoddy, Eric Michael Thomas Snyder, Mia Victoria Solberg, John Matthews Summers, Conrad Joseph Song, Magdalena Sotelo, Emily Judith West Southard, Eleanor James Spizuko, Grace Richardson Spratley, Bella Stahl, Skylar Oliver Owen Stark Ragsdale, Isabel Jones Steenrod, Anya Isabel Steinberg, Frederick Michael Stein,
Sean Stem,
Elena Helen Stern, Josephine Price Stevens, Hope Alina Stoner, Sydney Kilanahe Story, Madeline E. Strasser, Laurel Elizabeth Sullivan, Colin Alexander Sushinsky, Sarah Jo Sutherland. John Howard Shutro. Delaney Elizabeth Swan. Brian Butler Swanson. Noam Tab. Olivia Ann Tefaro. Sierra Ganita Takushi. Andres Gerald Talavera. Lillian Giselle Tejada Barillas. Benjamin Samuel Thomas. Cara S. Thomas.
Elijah Dr. Thornburg.
Isabel Marquesi Tills. Bryce Bryson Cumming Tucker. Cosette Abigail Turvold. Alethea C. Tyler. Griffin Craig Tyler.
Carolina Michelle Tronic Palas. Griffin Craig Tyler.
Madeline Pearl Unger. James Alexander Vandervoord.
Sarah Rebecca Van Kralingen.
Samuel Tuan Vang. Cristiano Edward Versich. Emily Moore Vierling. Charlotte Visser. Laura Swenson Vogelsang. Joseph Vucetich. Vaughn Bradley Wahlberg. Tyler David Lee Walker. Abigail Erin Melinda Susan Walls. Abby Elise Walls. Ho Yu Wong. Jingchang Wong. Young Wong. Raven Ellen Ward.
Raven Ellen Ward.
Taya Justine Watson. Camille Serena Weaver. Delaney G. Weiss.
Lauren Catherine Weiss.
Theodore Sky Alexander Weiss. Rachel Madison Wells. Olivia Jade Welsh. Ethan John Westlar. Taylor M. Wheeler. Charles Mattox White. Lillian Avery Whittier. Brian Anthony Williams. Riley Marcus Dane Williams. Brett Elise Wilsey. Jenna Nicole Wilt. Spencer Adams Kovacs Worth. Kieran Alt Warner. Elizabeth Kiorsden Wolf. Michelle Wolford. Jacob Jonathan Woods. Greta G. Wu. Shadow Wu. Boyoung Shirley Shu. Jinye Shu. Rujun Shu. Yu Yang. Yurong Yi. Laura Yip. Jiwon Aiden Yu. Yi Tong Yu. Danny Zamudio.
Qingyuan Zhang.
Rueshu Zhou. Shu Zhou. Felix Zhu. Harry Zhu. Samir Raja Zaidi. Lucy Elena Ziccarelli. Zoe Lilia Zwecker.